Right, so it is 20 to 7 on the first day. I'm in the park, going for a little round. Hi everyone, and welcome to the year of the Fatlete. So, who am I? I am a 42-year-old man. I live in Dubai. I am not as active as I used to be, as you could probably tell. I used to be though. I used to run marathons, I used to swim, I used to do triathlons, cycling, rugby, tennis, football. I was a naturally gifted athlete as a child, and as a young man, when I moved to the Middle East, I lived on the beach. I was swimming every day, kite surfing, and just generally living well and being very active. However, I had a few vices. I would train and do 10 physical activities a week. Yet I was still smoking 20 cigarettes a day and probably drinking quite heavily, quite heavily. And I still smoke, I still drink, not heavily anymore. I don't party as much. That's one thing for sure. And I've always been a big boy because I've always been healthy. I've always eaten well. I've always been active, and I was always a big kid as well. I used to do a lot of weight training and physical sports. So I was naturally a big kid. I've never been a skinny dude, but I was always fit. I was always active, even until today. My blood pressure, I don't have any high blood pressure. I've got a really good resting heart rate. I just am not active as I used to be. And there's a couple of reasons for that as well. I'd like to think that the biggest reason is past injuries and illnesses. I had cancer, I ended up in a coma. Luckily, I caught it quite quickly. It was testicular cancer that got removed, and I've been good ever since then. But it has caused my testosterone to drop. But the real reason for my lack of activity, I would say, is probably mental health issues. I suffer from depression, as I'm guessing, 80% of other men do. We just hide it really well. So if you're watching this, I feel you, bro. I got you. And it's difficult. And even now, it was a rough couple of years after COVID. Things were just getting back on their feet, and now I'm having financial difficulties again. It cost me $8,000 a month just to wake up and breathe. That's without having any luxuries. Pay for the house, pay for, I've got a wife, I've got a kid, I've got an ex-wife. Utilities, day-to-day living. No luxuries, no going out, nothing excessive, no entertaining, nothing. It just costs $8,000 a month for me to get out of bed. And that is a heavy burden when you just don't have that coming in. And I've got a couple, I'm an entrepreneur, I've got a few businesses. So cash flow sometimes is an issue. So I'm having those difficulties now, which is pushing my mental illness even further and further. So I feel like this is the time to do it, otherwise I'm going to completely lose myself. So I wanted to start this vlog, not just to keep myself accountable, because I just know there's so many people out there who are facing the same issues as I am right now, and who probably need to hear this and maybe want to do this with me. So if you're out there, please hit me up and let's go. I was talking about my injuries, and so what are they? I dislocated my right shoulder 8 times, my left shoulder once. I tore my cruciate ligaments in my left knee. I tore the ligaments and tendons in my right ankle. Broken bones, broken, everything. Broken sternum, broken collarbone, broken leg, broken arm, broken hands. So all of these things sort of add up, and it causes mobility issues, it causes soreness, and as you get older, these become more niggly. Sometimes I can just be sitting down for a long time, not be doing anything, get up, and then my ankles, it's hurting. I've not done anything. Or sometimes I didn't realize I've been working out in the garden, gardening or doing something, and the next day my knee's gone. My knee hurts for a day or two. So I'm quite conscious about that. So because I used to be quite the athlete when I was younger. I've been with nutritionists, I've been with physiotherapists, I've been with trainers and coaches, so I know roughly what I'm doing and what I should be doing to recover. And I'm actually I'm going to treat this journey like I would treat myself coming out of a severe injury. So if you haven't been working out and you've got zero fitness level, you want to watch this and see how I come back from being, immobile for a few years. As far as my diet is concerned, I'm big, like I'm a fat boy, but it's purely from inactivity. I don't eat junk food. We cook at home every day because we have to. We grow 40% of our own produce here in our own garden, so lots of fruits and veggies come straight from the garden. I live mostly plant-based lifestyle, but my wife isn't a vegan, so every now and again we eat fish or something like I have to treat her to. I'm forced to cook something where we eat as together as a family, especially if one of the family members are here or my mother-in-law is here. That's a different story. Even if we do fancy something that's a fast food dish, I built a pizza oven. We make our own pizzas, and we're self-sufficient, and everything is natural. We don't eat processed foods. We don't eat non-organic foods. So all of these things are, it's easy for us because we grow it here in the garden. So I'm not going to be changing my diet. I don't really drink soft drinks or fizzy drinks very often. Every now and again, maybe, possibly. Once in a blue moon it might happen. I might have a beer every now and then, but definitely not as regular as I might have used to. I hardly drink spirits, even though I'm a huge fan of whiskey and rum and fine spirits, and I've got a huge knowledge and have a business based around alcohol. So that even I don't do because I'm just not in the right frame of mind to drink. So I won't be really changing my diet. My biggest problem is inactivity, because I'm lethargic, I'm lazy, I'm procrastinating, I am hiding from being active because I don't want to go out into the big bad world. I don't want to leave the house. I don't want to sometimes I just don't want to even go and work in the garden to do stuff. I've got to like turn the compost or do something, and I'll just leave it for a day or 2 days. I'll procrastinate about that. And so I'm going to have to fight all of these. I'm going to have to fight all of these as I try to tackle my goals. So I want to talk about stats. I'm 5'11". I am 147 kilos, which is around 330 pounds. I hate my body image at the moment. Titties, even a belly. Like, I'm not fussed about having a belly. I always used to make a joke. My dad always used to say, a man without a belly is like a house without a balcony. So it's not that I mind about having a belly, but obviously I would like to be able to fit into my clothes a lot better. And yes, it will obviously have better body image, does affect a better state of mental health as well, because you see yourself in a different light. I've given myself a year to do this journey, and I know deep down that obviously if you do something for long enough, it gets back into the groove, and I'm hoping that this will allow me to get back into my 20-year period of training every day and just being healthy and more active. I do, not only do I deserve to be healthy going into my golden years, but I also owe it to my wife. I've got a younger wife, and she obviously wants to have someone who's healthy and active and more present with her, and I'm hoping that this will allow that. So my goals are pretty straightforward. I plan on doing something every day. Some form of exercise, some form of activity every single day. I plan on increasing my endorphins and serotonin to have better mental health, obviously. That's something that we spoke about. I also want to increase my testosterone for a better sexual relationship with my partner. Since removing one of my testicles from the cancer, I have allowed myself to not allow myself, but I feel my body is different, and I don't metabolize as easy, and I can just feel my testosterone has dropped, and I would like to increase my testosterone. But that will also increase things like muscle growth and better energy levels. So all of these things are connected to one thing or another. As far as body shape goes, I'm not looking to be ripped. That's not at all, and I'll never be, because I enjoy food. I enjoy cooking. I'm a chef by trade, and I'm never going to be, Mark Wahlberg at 52, whatever he is now. I mean, the guy is in amazing shape. That's never going to be me. I don't have that kind of, not that I don't have that kind of discipline, but I don't want that. I don't need that. I'm not, going to be in a movie. I'm not planning on auditioning for Superman. That's not it. I want to just be healthy and happy. Yeah, okay, I do have a set number to lose, but that's more for me and not based on my muscle shape. But I mean, if I was to choose a body shape, I'll try and find something and link it in the in this video so you can see what I'd roughly be happy with. But my weight goal is basically around to get to 220 pounds. So, or maybe around 200 pounds. Between 200 and 220 I'll be happy with. So that would be mean to lose like 100, between 100 and 130 pounds. And obviously I want to be healthier, but I won't stop smoking and I won't stop drinking because, I still want to enjoy my life. I smoke everything from cigars to rollies, cigarettes, weed, obviously not here. But, once a smoker, always a smoker. And like I said, I still want to enjoy my life. And I used to drink and smoke when I used to be an athlete before. Yeah, okay, maybe my maybe my performance wasn't as as at peak as it could have been, but because I grew up training and smoking, I've been smoking since I was 11 years old. Because I grew up smoking and being active, I really believe that my lungs are a lot, my VO2 max was always a lot higher than other people, which was kind of weird. Now I do have some limitations at the moment, and that is number one, I don't have access to a gym. I don't have the cash to be able to join a gym or to attend classes. That's not an option for me at the moment. And we are about to enter into the summer period in Dubai, where daily temperatures reach 50 degrees Celsius, which is 122 Fahrenheit daily for about 2 months, with humidity at about 80 to 90%. So that is high. So even regardless of that, I still plan on being active every day and still doing 30 minutes of cardio every day. Even if it's just a walk from here to the park, which is just around the corner, once around the park and back, that's 30 minutes, maybe a bit more. But yeah, minimum 30-minute walking or cardio activity on a daily basis. I intend on doing 100 push-ups every day. So I don't care how long of the day it takes me, whether I do 5 at a time, 10 at a time, 2 at a time, doesn't matter. The goal is to be able to hit 100 push-ups every day. Stretch or a 15-minute home yoga session. I used to use yoga a lot when I was running, and when I was training, it was really good for to avoid injuries. I swear by it, especially as a runner, your pelvis gets quite tight. So being able to have extra mobility, stretching is the key, but it's also something that I used to really enjoy while I was doing it, but I hated, having to stretch or do all these other things. It was a chore to think about stretching, but when you're in it, actually the benefits are amazing. I don't have a gym, but I'm going to be doing body weight exercises, and I'm going to do some resistance training. I've got some bands that I'll be using, and I've got some stuff. I've got logs and wood pieces and God knows bricks and stuff outside. So I'll use those as part, try to incorporate things that I have around the house to incorporate into my workout schedule or my workout routine as I try and figure out what I'm doing. But for the time being, it's just cardio, push-ups, and stretching, and then I'll try to implement some body resistance training and some weight training into that routine as we progress in the months. But like I said, I'm treating this as if I'm just coming back from severe injury. So I'll be taking things very, very slow. I'll be walking to begin with, and then after a couple of weeks, I'll do a brief, like a slow jog, almost a shuffle. These are all things that I did when I was recovering from torn knees or torn ankles and these things, and it really helped me get back. And coming back from a severe injury, especially when you do your ankle, I was in training for the 2012 London Triathlon when I busted my ankle, and then after being in a cast for 6 months, after being in a cast for 3 months, to come back and train and to compete in a marathon was something that was really good for me. Same thing, I did the same thing with my knee. I busted my knee in 2007, 2009. I ran my first marathon. So it just goes to show you can do anything if you attack the training process correctly and you don't push yourself stupidly. You have to push yourself to do better and to get stronger and to get fitter, but not at the expense of your body. So as I'm getting older, all of the stuff that I had to do when I was injured really will come into play, and I'm really happy that I have that in the bank to be able to access and to utilize in this little journey here. So thank you for watching, and this obviously is my intro. Keep posted, and I'll bring you along on some of my walks with the wife, and maybe even show you some of my push-up sets throughout the day. So please, you know, this is going to be funny. Laugh along with me. I'm not going to look pretty, but I'm going to get through it. Comments and support welcome. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned of my journey, and let me know if you're struggling with anything that I'm dealing with. See you soon. Right, so it is 20 to 7 on the first day. I'm in the park, going for a little round. I've got my wife, she's a bit camera shy, standing off in the background. So yeah, this is it. It's quite humid, believe it or not. So as this is day one, today is the 10th of April, we are gonna see it getting hotter and hotter and more humid. So these walks will either be very early in the morning or very late at night. But I'm sure there might be an odd occasion where it will happen in the middle of the afternoon and you'll see me sweating my bum off. So yeah, let's get into it.